Good morning, everybody. My name is John McDonough, and I'm here with Eileen Delrossi. Cliff's got the day off today, so Cliff's got a long weekend. He's off today and through the weekend. So it's me and Eileen this morning. Good morning, Eileen.
Good morning. As does the Karen Reed trial have a super long weekend from yesterday. They had to report yesterday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Well, you know, it's the state. They can take the day off.
That must be nice.
It's a long weekend. Well, I mean, you get the summer off, don't you?
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, we were down at the State House yesterday afternoon with Cliff and Martha. Cliff was on at a thing called Military Appreciation Day. We got a ton of pictures.
Oh,
When I catch my breath, I'll show you that. And it was a fantastic event from the get-go. We get down there, and I roll up to the front of the building. The guy says, "What's your name?" McDonough. "Oh, park over here." It was freaking fabulous. Absolutely fabulous time yesterday at the State House with Cliff Krieger, his wife Martha, and they had like 120, 130 veterans there that were honored at the State House. It was quite the extravaganza. There was, I know, there were veterans from Lowell, Tewksbury, Tyngsboro, Dracut. So it was a good time, a good time. It was crowded, and the governor showed up, and it was wonderful.
oh wow.
It was
Very
raining,
nice.
raining like the dickens, but inside you wouldn't. It was all smiles inside.
Yeah, it's raw. It's the thing with this weather right now is just that it's so raw and cold.
Well, I watched Channel 10 weather this morning, and Channel 10 weather said that starting Tuesday, it's going to be Mother Nature will keep us warm. It's going to be 69 on Tuesday, and it's going to be 70 the rest of the week. So looking forward to
Yeah.
it next week. But yesterday, oh my God, did it rain? Heavy, heavy, heavy rain all day yesterday. And I was so much so that I went up to the attic. I got, this old house is like a couple hundred years old. And slate roof, I went up, I better go up and check, make sure, no leaks. So I was happy. Did you have any rain things yesterday?
We didn't. We knock on wood, been lucky. We had an issue with our oil, so Hafner's had to come out and do an emergency visit, and it was
Uh-oh.
a couple of different things because the heat wasn't coming up, so that was a $1,200 call.
Ooh, that hurts. So this morning it's damp outside, 43 degrees. And as you can see, let me just shrink this up so it fits on the screen a little bit better. Go to this corner. And can't shrink it sideways. Okay. Come on, Johnny boy, you can do better than that. Here we go. All right. It's going to be a nice week. Let's roll this up a little bit. And
Yes. They said that it's probably going to rain a couple of times this weekend, but it's not going to last for long, so don't give up your plans.
but see,
Just
Monday,
because you see rain.
Monday it goes to 68. Tuesday 75. So next week, bam, it's gonna be good stuff. Partly cloudy, gonna be damp over the weekend in the 50s. So this is the end of it. So do you got any weekend plans?
I think not. No. I like to do as much nothing as possible on the weekends, but I'll continue to fight with my pool with the chemicals and getting it right. And I feel like I may be on a good path because it's been open for about 3 weeks. Made my trip down to Rogers Pool and had the water analyzed. Spent like $150 on chemicals. It's like so crazy. Everything is just so crazy. And put it in, so it looks good today. But I'll probably bring another water sample down to Gary at Rogers Pool. Love that guy.
That's the best way to do it. Just bring it down there. And I use a place called Surfside Pool in Chelmsford that they come by and why does your picture keep disappearing? So let me do this, and I gotta do this. Now if it disappears, I can bring it back easily. All right, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So but it's too cold to use the pool as it is. But when it does warm up, it's going to be nice. The kids will enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I guess they tell me one of the dogs was already in the pool. Lucky went in the pool. He's the new dog. Lucky went in the pool just because the dog is not seasoned. First year by a pool, and he saw that pool and decided to go and try to walk on top of
That's
it
the
like
best.
Jesus. And he found out I'm not Jesus. He went right in. So it was pretty cool. They had a little video of the dog. And brand new dog, less than a year old. Friendly.
Do you know what type
Lucky.
of breed?
I think it's a black lab.
Oh, yes. I think I have the only black lab that doesn't like going in the water and can't swim, because we've had 3 other black labs previously, and they all jump in the water. My sister has a lab, I think, terrier mix, and he jumps in the water. My dog has jumped in the water, but he just has no ability to swim, so he's scared of it.
Yeah, well, I don't go in the pool. I'm not much of a water person. So, but watching the dog go in the pool, excuse me, for the first time ever, fascinating. The dog could swim. Bam, he's swimming around in the pool. Never been in a pool before, and the dog's swimming around in the deep end. And then he swam over to the ladder, and they pulled him out. It was good.
I find it amazing how they know.
Well, I've seen videos of infants. They put infants in the pool. Somehow the kid can swim. So, fantastic stuff. So, weekend plans for me, I'm doing a big bowl of nutting because of the lousy weather. And we're sticking in Lowell. And we got on Monday, we got the big extravaganza is the Tewksbury Memorial Day Parade. And I volunteer with Tewksbury TV to help broadcast the parade that day. And I don't know what, last night we had chicken cacciatore for dinner. Oh my God, it's delicious. My wife made chicken cacciatore, it was delicious. What'd you have for dinner?
Delicious. I actually had an appointment over in Chelmsford, so I stopped at the 110 Grill. Anthony was with my sister, and I had their tomato soup, which I love, love, love.
So I got.
And I've been.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, good. Keep going. I'm good.
I've been having like these allergies from this weather, and so like I didn't want anything too heavy. Like you the other night, you just got that corn chowder and
Good times.
And good times. Yes, yes.
Well, when
delicious.
the woman's name was waiting, her name was Masha, and when Masha said one of the specials is corn chowder, I said nope. I know I'm
That's
getting.
it.
I love corn chowder, clam chowder, and so that was very yummy, good stuff. And then on Wednesday, went to lunch with one of my friends, John Hagilian, he Billerica guy, and we went to a place called Moo in Burlington. Mooo, Moo in Burlington. Oh, right up there with Cavallero. Steak-wise, absolutely delicious. And it was his turn to pay. I have no idea how much money we spent, but that was it. We had creamed spinach at this place called Moo. So wonderful lunch, and then most delicious. Digested quite well. Went down well. So we ran out of stuff to talk about, so that'll be the end of the show.
That's it. A few good places to eat. The Memorial Day Parade. Well, the Tewksbury Parade is always puts on such a great show. I always like when Anthony, my son, was younger. I used to bring him, but now that he's older, he's too cool for that. So, but the clowns and they really do go all out.
Yeah, it's a nice parade, a lot of floats, and it's a good Memorial Day celebration at Town Hall, Town Center. It's all decorated, so I got a video of that. I'll probably play that around 6:30 and let that roll and look at that video for a couple of minutes. And I have nothing planned because I woke up this morning yesterday. I went down to the State House with Cliff and Martha, and didn't get my nap in, so I was very tired. Went to bed last night, conked out like I'm gonna say 8:30, and I woke up at whatever time I get 4:30 this morning, and got a text from Cliff not coming in today. So oops, well, I got no prep time, no nothing, but we'll be okay. And then I was glad to get you on the phone early this morning, because my backup plan, I was going to call Gary on the radio and we'll do a simulcast, but thank God thank God you showed up. So, Gary has no idea.
I know, and I saw the message when I saw the message, I called John and I was like, will the show go on? Because I told Cliff I'd be more than happy to be the host and take it all over.
Well, I wanted to make sure we did the show because everybody out there in the public access land from Tewksbury to Dracut, Tyngsboro, and Chelmsford, they're trying to get this show going. So I figured, well, if I run a repeat, it's just going to screw everything up. So we'll do a live show, and hopefully the connectivity will happen. Like yesterday, everything happened great in Dracut. Tyngsboro didn't get the show for one reason or the other. Tewksbury runs the show, so Tewksbury was great. And then we had Chelmsford was running in black. Lowell was running in black. I did hear back from Chelmsford, he's working on it, and so that's all technical wizard stuff we'll just put in the background. But those guys are doing what they can to get City Life back up live every day.
Yeah, well, you have a lot, like, so it's on cable access TV, the Dawn Patrol, right? And it's on YouTube and Facebook. And is there another platform
Nope, that's it.
Is there?
That's it. It's on local cable. It's on Comcast cable. It's on Verizon cable in the towns, because the towns have Verizon and Comcast. Lowell just has Comcast. So the towns, they all cover it on Verizon and so forth. So we got very good coverage. So it's nice. And on the other side, these public access outlets, they like to have a live show. That's kind of about their community. And so that's why we have somebody in from Dracut, Chelmsford, and like to have, Tyngsboro is represented. Like to get somebody to come in every week from Tewksbury, but that's okay. That's a little bit down the road. Now we have excellent connectivity and a pretty good following on Facebook. We probably get like 700 or 800 viewers a day on Facebook, and sometimes we get over 1,200, but usually 600, 700, 800 viewers on Facebook. So that's good. It's good. We're happy with that.
Yeah, you're going to make all the hosts competitive with the chart that you sent out. I like it, the monthly views. And Linda's Wednesday morning is always crushing it with the numbers.
Well, Linda, when I have a new politician call me up and say, hey, when can I come on your show? Or I'm thinking about coming on your show, or whatever. And they'll say, can I go on with Linda? And yeah, Linda's always booked or overbooked. It's very rare I have an empty
awesome.
slot with Linda. She does a good show.
She does. She's very, down to earth and, brings up the issues. No holding back.
Yeah, well, she puts things out well. And then Roni Camelli out in Tyngsboro, the guy who runs Tyngsboro Public Access, he's quite the character. They had their election this week, and I don't know how many people voted. I should go to Tyngsboro's town clerk page and see how many people voted, but voting's way down. People don't want to vote. People just don't vote. And I don't really know what the real excuse is, because nowadays, when you ask somebody a question, oftentimes they just make up a fairy tale. They don't really tell you why they don't vote. They'll make up I had to work that day. I don't know the candidates.
Well, I know why I used to not vote until I got so frustrated. I was like, I have to be able to do something maybe a little better than the way everybody else is doing it. And not until I really decided to run did I think votes could help to make a change. But I mean, it does take the younger people to vote. It does take a lot to make change. We need more support, or Massachusetts will always stay the way that it is.
Comment from the audience. I got 3 coming up here. It says, great camera shot of Elm Street. Now just, and this dip in the road, it's going to get fixed next year. Thank you, Wayne Janess. We got another one. Cliff and Linda are a great host. It's always a lively discussion. So that's all the text I got, and I got to put Eileen's picture back up again. Every time I do that, she disappears.
The disappearing act.
There you go, back up again. So, I have not seen the city council agenda for, actually, that won't be put up until later on today. What's going on
We
next week?
did have, we did have a very long school committee meeting on Wednesday night where we got through lots of the budget. But we were told yesterday that now we have to go back because now there was an error on Saturday. So we're going to do a Zoom on Saturday. But it's kind of a good error because they are restoring positions, which is good. So it's money put back in the budget. So one of the bottom line items is the amount that we voted on was not correct.
So,
And
more money, less money?
so it's adding 3 positions. So it's
There's more money
a
there.
little more, yeah. But at least it's, it's their parent liaisons, which are very pivotal to helping with the communication of the home school connection. So, and did you hear about the whole, and I believe it's MGL chapter 70, chapter 71, section 37, I believe it is, and I could have those numbers reversed.
We don't
the city
need them.
council voted unanimously to do this, which consolidates the school budget as well as into the city budget. But most of us in the school committee voted no because we're still waiting for maintenance of effort for a list of the maintenance of effort and what's been put in. Plus, we're short $4 million this year. And the wording, it's not that I'm against consolidating maintenance because I think something does need to happen to streamline it. But the wording on that law is loosey-goosey in terms of administrative, financial, and payroll that the city can kind of take over of the school department. And especially in times like these, it's very nerve-wracking to think that the city can have all that control over the school.
Well, I think if you guys let the city take over your money, that's like giving your mother your bank account. Do you think she's going to give you money when you want it?
No.
So if
Well, and that's what my fear is. And I know that it was unanimously voted on by the city council to streamline facilities, consolidate it. I get that. And I do think something needs to be done in terms of that within the city building, right? But at the same time, I don't agree with the wording, and especially like when you look at, all the trees cut down on Christian Street, and they're going to build a bunch of houses there, and right next to the reservoir. If we haven't learned about Lowell High and places built near water and having issues and taking extra time, like all of those houses are going to have water issues, and then the city now has all of the schools money. So it's just, every time I think of it, because I go up Christian Street every day, and I'm like, I just don't think it's a good idea.
Well, I think that if the school committee doesn't rally for itself, you might as well just as simple, let the city council run the school department too.
Right, and that's another fear. What happens? Like the school committee, just then becomes a subcommittee of the city council, and I know that's been rumblings of what people want.
There was talk before this, they want to get rid of the election and just appoint the school board. Just appoint, like they do with the liquor commission, or they do with the not inspection services, people who give out permits for building. And I just think that they should be elected positions. More people would vote. Like out in the towns, you get all these positions are elected. So your kids are going to vote, my kids are going to vote because mom's running for office. And I just think that it would behoove the city, but that's not going to change. And to get rid of the school committee, to have it appointed, it's just Golden can appoint more of his friends, that's all.
Right. Well, oh, I see what you're saying. But so you don't think it's a good idea for the school committee to be eliminated into an appointed position, right?
No, exactly. The school committee has to be accountable to the citizens. And it'll never change, but I think the judge that sits over at the courthouse that takes care of all the crime in Lowell, he should have to be reaffirmed by the community. Sure, let the governor's council appoint the judge, but after every 4 years, he has to be reaffirmed by the community that he or she serves. So whether it's the Lowell Court or Peabody Court, that community has to vote for, I like Judge Delrossi, I want to keep her in there, or I want to get rid of her. Because this business of we arrest somebody and they let him out scot-free, and the judge lets him off with just I don't want to see you back here again. And it's the third time the guy's back. And if the judge was accountable to the community, I think that wouldn't happen anymore. I think the judge would put the guy in jail. After all, Billerica House of Correction, there's 1,200, not 200, 1,200 empty cells in Billerica.
Wow. 1,200.
1,200. That's what I'm told. I mean, it isn't like I visit out there, but I have some friends who work out there and fully staffed, 1,200 cells.
Wow.
So yesterday when we were down at the State House, what the heck were you doing to your car? Eileen?
Oh, sorry, you were breaking up a little. Can you please lower that again?
Okay, that's better. So,
All right.
lost my train of thought.
What did you say?
Over to you. Lost my train of thought. Over to you.
Yesterday was a very raw, rainy day, but you said it was a good time at the State House.
Oh yeah, let me just slide these pictures over. Martha and I sat up in the balcony of the State House, and we had a great time. You can't see these pictures, but there's Cliff standing there with Rodney and Dominic. I met this guy later on, but I forget his name. I met these two people later on. They work at the State House. And there's Patty, Kerwin, Kelty. And it was a really nice time. So Cliff got honored on Military Appreciation Day. And let me see if this has why doesn't this want to move? I got to do one at a time? Oh, this is silly. Come on, baby, okay. There's one.
So did you see Rodney Elliott and Vanna Howard and Tara Hong there?
Tara, he invited us to his office, and we were going to go down there later on, but we just frankly ran out of energy. In fact, I got to text Tara later on to thank him for.
Arthur's, like the breakfast diner?
Say again?
Arthur's, the breakfast diner?
No, you misheard me. Tara was walking around. When we got there, we had to stand in line to get Cliff checked in. So what they do is they check you in. They have a special seat for you on the floor, and then they escorted us. I mean, we got like the royal treatment. We had somebody babysitting us all the time. Somebody walked us to where we were going to sit, brought us to the elevator. It was really well organized time yesterday for the Military Appreciation Day down in Boston. I'm surprised it wasn't on like News Center 5, but I suppose they were busy doing other stuff yesterday. But Rodney was all over the place. Eddie Kennedy's was fantastic. They never saw Eddie Kennedy because they were in session. We're on one side. This is the state reps hearing room, and it's gigantic. And this fish This is where Martha and I sat under this fish, and I guess there's something special about this cod. So the sacred cod or something, I don't know what this is, but this is up in the State House. And this is the group on the magnificent staircase yesterday. See, Cliff's got a good spot, and these are all the veterans, and it was fantastic. We had a really good time. And then after this, they brought us for snacks, but we were out of gas.
Ooh, what types of snacks did they give?
Well, we had, they had sandwiches, soda, water, cookies.
What types of sandwiches?
I never saw one because we declined. Because Dominic had seats for us. He said, come on, I got a place for you to sit, all set to go, come on with us. And nope. We decided we were out of gas, we want to go home. So, but the invitation was afforded to us, it was great. I got a comment from the audience that says, speaking of judges, was Judge Cannon 1 named Person of the Year yesterday by the Norfolk County Bar Association? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I saw that. Cannoni, Judge Beverly Cannoni, the judge that presides over the Karen Reed case, who many people think is very corrupt. She was honored as Person of the Year on Wednesday night when she again ended court early and canceled court the next day, meaning yesterday, as well as canceled it for Friday and Saturday and Sunday, obviously, and Monday's the holiday. But yeah, I was so upset last Friday because I had to go to pick my son up at school in Newton. He had a dance, and so I had to pick him up at 5:30. So I get out of school about 2:45, and I was like, what am I going to do for that time? And I was like, you know what? I can go to Dedham and hang out with the Free Karen Reed people. But last Friday, she ended court at noon or 1 o'clock, I think, early. So she ruined my plans last Friday to go hang out with the Free Karen Reed people.
I got a text that says, with that many empty beds at Billerica House of Correction and Concord closed, where did the bad hombres go? And my guess is they're not put them in jail. They just let them walk.
Yeah, it's called restorative justice.
Summertime, I'll get the court schedule, summertime, and go sit in a court and just to see what really happens in court. And times, years ago when I would go down, I'd go down to district court and superior court. They seemed like to whisper down when they get to the judge. It wasn't like over the microphone. So I was frustrated to go to that because you couldn't hear the people. So hopefully that's improved with the new courthouse.
Yeah, you want to make a date and go to Dedham over the summer?
Nah, I'm not gonna. That's way too much walking, kiddo. Dedham, that's to go to Karen Reed's courthouse thing?
Yeah.
Because I started to watch that on TV. Yesterday at work, I was waiting for a person. No, 2 days ago, I was waiting for a person to come into work, so I was waiting for this person to show up to talk to. I had some goof off time at work, and it was just put Karen Reed on, and it was on YouTube. And the fascinating thing was, just as I get there, and now the judge was gonna interview all of the jurors.
Yes, because they think someone talked to somebody on the jury, I think.
So make a long story short, when they went to that part, the crew that was videoing the thing, they focused on the ceiling fan. So they shut off all the sound, and they showed the ceiling fan, and I said, yeah, that's pretty cool. So the audience, that you don't lose your audience because, okay, it's still going. They didn't stop the broadcast. And they've realized that once you stop your broadcast of something, even for 5 minutes, you lose your audience. Because everybody's at home with a remote control or the keyboard. They just go, oh, I'll find something else. So
That ceiling fan is famous too, John. I think that day that you put it on, the ceiling fan was broken. There were many people were upset. I'm gonna take it.
well, the ceiling fan I was watching, it was fanning, it was working pretty good. Maybe the air conditioning wasn't working in the courthouse. I don't know, but
There was one day this past week that it wasn't working.
all right. Well, we got more texts coming in here, so. The Karen Reed trial has gone on almost as long as General Hospital. Good point.
I love General Hospital.
That's the only one my wife watches is General Hospital, and she doesn't really pay that close of attention to it. And I don't know any of the characters, but when I come home, I know one time I came home and she's out of the room and just the TV's going. So I put on Judge Judy or something, and she, hey, did you change the channel? Yeah, I was watching that. So I didn't realize she was watching General Hospital until that moment.
My mother used to watch it when I was a kid. And so that's kind of how we got into it. But now I love, like, especially when you go to, like, YouTube Shorts,
Yeah.
random clips will come up. And I'll be like, oh, I remember that. Tony and Bobby and Alan and Monica.
Another text come in and it says, maybe Billerica House of Correction could be used to house the free-range homeless population. Yes, it could be. But the media, the elected officials don't want to say, well, we put them out to jail. We put them in jail. What'd you do with your homework? Put them in jail. It just doesn't sound good. We put them in the hotel. We're using your money, and we're putting them in the hotel. And we continue to pay for staff and 1,200 empty cells. It just does not make any sense to me. So I agree, they should be housed in Billerica, but it would look bad if we put them in jail. Remember the cages, the same cages that Obama used, they were called cages when Trump used them. The political game that they continue to play is disappointing. It's all about our side's got to win. But yesterday at the State House, I had none of that feeling yesterday at the State House. They did a very professional, magnificent job taking care of all the veterans that went down there yesterday and loving tender care to all the veterans that they had at the Military Appreciation Day. It was a good time had by all. Got another text that it says, without the Karen Reed trial, the horrible media in this state would have nothing to talk about. Very good point. Yesterday, there was nobody there from 4, 5, 7, 11 TV stations. Didn't see any TV cameras, and there was no coverage of this Military Appreciation Day on any of the broadcasts that I watched this morning. So, Eileen, you didn't hear about it, did you?
No. But
So-
the media should have been there because they like to cover things like that. And Karen Reed was canceled.
Well,
Yesterday.
It's the long weekend. They're going away. But no, there was live stuff this morning. They're covering their usual stuff, but I was expecting to see something. The governor talking about the Military Appreciation Day, but nothing. And
Yeah, that governor. Interesting.
well, she looked adorable. She spoke well. They have like a little parade of her coming in, and it was a magnificent job. I got to find more pictures. I got them on Facebook, but right now I got so many screens open here. I don't know what I do with my Facebook pictures.
Paul Georges actually came to the meeting on Wednesday night to speak out against like the consolidation of the funds and that he obviously upset about losing the $4 million and the school department paying for all the modulars at the stuff at Colley and the STEM when the city should have paid it. And he's like, I really think you need the auditor, Diana DiZoglio, to come in and to do an independent audit here and to see where all of this money is going.
Well, Cliff
It was interesting.
yesterday, he went down to DiZoglio's office just to say hello to everybody down there, and they greeted him with glee. So very friendly
Oh.
staff with Diana DiZoglio, and I asked them, "Did you see Diana?" Because Diana, she very friendly gal. I sat with her a little bit at one of Mark Kratman's parties out in Tewksbury one night, and she's great. Lovable,
Yes.
very happy. She's fun to be around, and so I'm.
She's everywhere, and she sings too. I saw her like maybe a week or so ago. There was some event, and she was singing. She's a pretty good singer.
Now this is what I'm putting up now, and I'm going to do this again at after 7. We get the other audience, the Lowell audience comes in, but this is the whole State House. This is the assembly of the veterans, and Cliff is right here. So Cliff got a really good spot, and the other veterans sat with their reps like you can't really see, but because it's too far of a shot. But we were sitting up on the balcony, Martha and I, Martha being Cliff's wife, and there was a parade of people coming in. This is the governor in the blue outfit. And the guy with the top hat, he let everybody in. I think I call him Sergeant at Arms. But it was great. Good time. I got more pictures here. Let's see what we got here. There's Cliff. Now, I zoomed in from the balcony, and that's just from my phone. Fabulous stuff. And that's Patty, Kerwin Kelty. There's Jim Ostis on the
That's
left.
the woman that they say if you can't find Dominic, reach out to her.
Oh, yeah, I have Patty's cell phone number, so I just call Patty, or I text Patty, and bam, Dominic, I'm talking to Dominic like that. There's Dominic. Dominic looks like fantastic. And there's Cliff holding up his award. Good time had yesterday. Here's Cliff jibber-jabbering with different military. He's hobnobbing with everybody up front, talking to people he never met in his life before. And so there's more of the Lowell crowd. And we had a good time. It was all happy stuff. That's the sacred cod. I found that out later. There was one gal up in the gallery. She's taking pictures, and I just, "Excuse me, mister, you work here?" Yeah, I work here. And I said, "What is that fish?" She says, "The sacred cod." So we go back to the sacred cod. But
What is the sacred cod?
I don't know. We'll have to do some research on what the sacred cod is. But it's up there in the State House. But this is the governor talking yesterday. And that's the assistant governor. I think her name is Kim Driscoll. And
Yeah.
that's her on the left. But Diana DiZoglio, I did not see her at all. But it was a good time to be held yesterday. Now, that's Monday. That's his Monday night dinner club dinner stuff, so this is, we're not gonna go over that, so go back to
I love
this.
how Cliff just goes to her office. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, he has had a communication with, we had Diana DiZoglio on City Life one day, and we had all kinds of electronic glitches. And she very patiently just sat through all the glitches. Okay, well, I'll hang out with you guys for a while. Very friendly, easygoing. Same thing when I met her at Mark Kratman's party out in Tewksbury. Very friendly gal, easy to talk to, very approachable, and good public servant. So I got another text in here. Without the Karen Reed, okay, that we already talked to that guy. What percentage of the city budget goes to the schools? Diana DiZoglio is doing a great job. That's from DW. Can you speak to what percentage goes to the schools?
So it comes in through Chapter 70 funding, right? So
Chapter 70
It's
funding,
more
that's state money or federal money?
that's the state money,
Okay,
and that's where the per pupil student budget comes in, right? And so it comes in through the city, and then the city is mandated to give the school so much of it. And I'm sorry, I can't talk to exactly what percent. I should be there in about 3 minutes, John, just so you know.
okay, good.
And I will look it up, but there's some it's just kind of like, I think having Diana DeZoglio come in and do an independent audit would be good, even though it was clarified the other night that the city does have an independent audit done every year through, Smith and Powers or whatever it is. But I do think different eyes are better. Sometimes, especially when we're dealing with a $4 million loss, and it's cutting from the heart of the classrooms.
Well,
And
the loss thing, again, let me just read this text. It says, great picture of Mr. Krieger. Flowers is his nickname as a pilot. Looks like
Flowers.
Martha bought him a new tie for the event. Good point, Jay. But what puzzled me, Eileen, is $4 million. Why didn't administration tell you when they were $1 million shy? Why did they wait until they were $4 million shy? Or did this
Right,
they
well-
looked at the budget and say, oh no, we need $4 more million? Can you speak to the audience of how the city of Lowell schools is $4 million shot? We overspend, or this money we didn't get? Can you speak to how that
so
occurred?
it was, I believe, what it is that due to the overfunding that the school gets, and the school budget is, I believe, primarily much larger than the city budget. And so, and then there's responsibilities back and forth, but where the school, and then the fiscal cliff comes into effect with the ESSER funds, where we all got way more funding during COVID, the ARPA funding, and I think that they weren't very
All right,
thinking ahead,
let me back the bus up.
proactive, not reactive.
Let me back the
No,
bus up.
not reactive, not proactive to this.
I'm backing the bus up a little bit here, okay? Is this for next year, the $4 million, lacking $4 million,
Yes.
or is this for last year?
Fiscal year 26.
So next year. So this is hypothetical money we didn't even get yet, and we're missing, and we need 4 million more. I understand much better, thank you.
Yes. So chances are it actually won't really even be an issue, because the state did come out with even more funding with the Student Opportunity Act, but we should have been updated, really. Like, we should have been updated as things are going and had better eyes on it, instead of now these are our only options.
Yeah, okay.
I'm here, John.
You're here, okay, well, come on in, kid. So look, let's get this text, getting tired of rain and cold. I hope we can get some global warming before the summer is over. Yeah,
Global warming.
this is supposed to be the end of it. It comes Monday morning, it's supposed to warm up. I'm happy for that. It'll be a nice warm day for the Tewksbury Parade. And around 7:20, I'm going to run the announcements, and there's a lot of other, like Lowell's having their Memorial Day stuff on Saturday. And, okay, she hung up. Oh, here, she's here. Eileen's here now, so we've been rescued. But, hey, Eileen.
I had something for you in the car and I completely forgot it.
Oh, it's okay. Go over there and sit in Cliff's spot, and we'll have a wonderful time. And I'm gonna go with this guy. This is the famous Elm Street hole in the hot top, and you can tell these people driving down the street, they curve the holes here, so you can see everybody coming down the street. They'll scoot off this way to avoid the big bump, and the strangers drive straight ahead, and it gives quite the jostle of their vehicle. And this just gets worse and worse and worse. And you'll see people going on this way, they'll scoot over here to avoid that hole. And I asked different city councilors when it was gonna get fixed, and I finally got to Eric Gitchier, and Eric looked it up, and he said, 2026. And that's when I decided Wayne Janess has gotta go because of this terrible just the road conditions. So, you good to go? You gotta put Mr. Microphone on? He's on?
It's on.
Good, okay. I'm gonna move your camera around a little bit. Oh, well, you couldn't even see yourself.
I know, when I walked in your living room, I saw that picture of me. That was interesting. Good morning, everybody. I've taken over the City Life Show.
Yeah, you have. I gotta brighten up the shot too. Up a little bit, there we go, a little bit more, get the hairdo in there. Now we'll brighten up the shot. These cameras are wonderful. Okay, so, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for your patience with me.
Cliff took the day off today. Richly deserved that. The stamina of yesterday took a wind out of my sails for sure. And I'm gonna guess Cliff is hopefully resting this morning.
How long were you guys there for?
I picked Cliff and Martha up at 10, and we got home 3:30. But we went to lunch after, because coming back, I know Martha likes the Longhorn, so we went to Longhorn for lunch, and then we went home after that. So, it was a long, but it was a very fun day, really. Starting out with the first thing in the morning, starting out with the, just to roll up to the State House and have a security guard say, can I help you? And I said, well, I'm down for an event. What's your name? Okay, go park. Just free parking spot they gave me. It was fantastic. Right?
Up close?
Yeah, it's like I was, the Rogers School front door
Yeah?
is further away than we had to walk.
That's
So,
incredible
we
for
just
Boston.
parked and walked right in, and it was, Eddie Kennedy's office did a magnificent job. Patty and Dominic and James, they did a magnificent job. Dominic, he met us right away, brought us upstairs. It was a good time, good time.
Can you put those pictures, some of the pictures back up of Cliff? Because I didn't get to see him because I was in transit.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do I did a wrong thing. I gotta throw him away, he's no good.
Oh, I wanted to plug also Lowell Parks and Recreation. If your kids need something fun to do over the summer, you can sign up on the City of Lowell website. I just got a notice that my son was moved from the wait list to he got a slot.
Good.
So that's always a fun thing for kids to be outside and playing.
This is Cliff
Oh,
sitting in the gallery with
He looks-
Dominic yesterday. Good time. I got a bunch of pictures. I gotta go to where's mail? There you go. Okay. Trying to make these big. All right, there you go.
oh wow.
So this is they lined everybody up on the stairs at the end. And this is everybody standing on the stairs. Cliff's way down here. And there's Rodney. Eddie Kennedy, he was in session. So all this is going on, and they're still conducting business on the Senate side. And you had no idea. It's pretty cool how they have everything all set up. On the second floor is the gallery for the state reps. And, we're calling Gary, we're Tara, and Rodney, where they all go to sit in session. And magnificent room. Let me go with another one here. This is the codfish I told you about.
Oh,
The sacred cod. And then we got Cliff in the gallery. These are all the honorees.
wow. Looks like a great day.
It was fun. It was fun. And I'm just shooting from the gallery, zooming in on everybody's going on. There's Tara and Rodney on the left. Vanna's way over on the right there.
Were they trying to get together for a picture there? They look like.
Well, they have no idea I'm taking their picture because I'm 100 yards away. So, but we had a really good spot, Martha and I. It was way up high. We could look down on everybody. But Cliff's very happy. getting his award that day. So those are all my, I'm gonna see if I can find some more, but that's it for now. So,
Very nice.
we got 4 minutes left before we go to break. And let me see how long this video is. We might get lucky and do the Tewksbury Memorial Square. Let's see how long this video is.
Oh, for the break?
Yeah. It's 4:19. Or I gotta wait another 30 seconds and I'll put this video up.
So the Memorial Day Parade is this week.
Yes. Well, Saturday they're having
weekend.
stuff. At 7:20, I'll read all that good stuff. To tell you what, Memorial Day's in Lowell, Memorial Day's in Chelmsford. Memorial Day's, it's all over the place.
Everywhere.
So
Lowell
this-
doesn't do any. Why doesn't Lowell do anything?
Saturday they're doing it.
Oh, we are having a parade or something?
No, there's no parade.
City
Saturday,
Hall.
Saturday, there's a memorial that they're doing on Saturday. And I don't know where they're doing it, but Lynn Daly, one of our viewers, she brought me by a little script of it. And I have a picture of that. And at 20 past, when I do the announcements, I'll do that. So look, I'm going to give you, going to put the music back on. And this is Tewksbury Center yesterday. No, Tewksbury Center the other day. Mark Crapman called me up. He says, hey, look, if you're out with your drone, consider doing the town center. It's all decorated for Memorial Day. Now, right here, American flags. But each one of these placards is a picture of a veteran. All in from World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. And this is great. And I took my drone. I'm walking down the street with the drone sideways. And I'm going down just filming or videoing all these veterans things. I hit the joystick the wrong way and crashed the drone right into me. So, and it didn't hurt. I thought it would hurt, but it didn't hurt. So I'm happy to know it doesn't hurt. The little blades on it, it's a much different machine than I had before. And I thought it would hurt. No, bounced off me like I was Superman. So I'm going to hit play.
You're brave.
Shut up. Well, no, I made the mistake. It was my mistake. Be back in a few minutes. Thanks. Just in case you turn, this is Tewksbury Town Center. There's 1,000, I think there's high number 9, almost 1,000 flags there that the town put together. Volunteers. Beautiful job, Tewksbury Town Center. Congratulations, well done. And I think I dropped the drone down closer, so closer look up at what we're looking at here. Here we go.
Jacqueline Coles. A woman?
I got her.
Okay.
I got Bill Flanagan, Cliff. So that's gonna be it. Shut the music. Okay, this is better. Thank you, Jay. Thanks for letting us know how you had the wrong button up. So they couldn't hear anything we just said. So starting over again. Well, welcome to City Life. Cliff got the day off today, and he was honored yesterday at the State House. We got some pictures to show in just a couple of minutes. It was a great time. So, Eileen, you got any? What are you going to do? Oh, by the way, no live show Monday. It'll be a repeat of last Monday's show, I think, or whatever they want, whatever your public access decides to play, but no live show Monday. We're back up live on Tuesday. So you got any weekend plans, kiddo?
Fighting with my pool. Well, I feel, I should knock on wood, but I feel like I have a little bit more of an upper hand on my pool this year. I opened it, well, actually, my son and his friend opened the pool probably about 3 weeks ago, and I finally went to Roger's Pool last week with a sample and put all the chemicals in. So I'm hoping with this weather, with it being not as hot or humid, that it gives the pool a little air to breathe and it blues up. So
Now this
that's
here,
what
this
I
is you
plan to-
on Tingsboro TV. Rhodey, Camille just sent me this text that we're up live in Tingsboro this morning. So over the last couple of weeks, we had to find new connectivity to keep the show on your TV set, broadcast, and whatever you want to call it. Anyway, keep the show on TV. So we lost our connectivity about over a month ago. We lost connectivity, so we were all operating off of YouTube. There's a lot of stuff. At any rate, way too much technical stuff to bore you with. Going in a good direction, so.
it would be interesting to kind of graph or pull like what percentage of even Lowell, Tingsboro, Drake have Xfinity versus Verizon, and where you have like less problems. Because my aunt called me yesterday and her Wi-Fi was down. She has Xfinity, Comcast.
Well,
and
this was all on us. It had nothing to do with Xfinity or Comcast. It was all on us. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, first day we did this, we lost internet 5 minutes into the show. So that really screwed things up. But
Was that Monday? Wait, was that the day Tara Hong was here?
Poor Tara. Yeah, I saw Tara yesterday. I said, next time, guaranteed we'll have internet all day.
Yeah,
We lost
I
internet for a long time.
I saw Tara finally for the first time since he won the election at the Green Elge School last Thursday. They had Randy Weingarten come to see the community schools. I guess that was one of her visions when she first was elected into her role. And the Green Elge has done a lot of great things with the community schools and in terms of like setting up health services, providing families in need with food, arranging haircuts, really getting out to the community and helping parents. And there's, I think, 3 more additional community schools that are being added to Lowell Public Schools, so I think the full total will be 8 now, which is good. The Sullivan has the haircut place that they have inside the school, so Lowell, it has its flaws, but we're doing a lot of good things with the schools and people who work in the schools, I believe.
Comment from the audience. Great show today. Thank you very much. I put you in judgment day.
Thank you, viewer. I pick you as my judge, too.
So, it looks like another overcast day. You gotta go to work today, you gotta go teach?
I do. Yep, we have a half day in Methuen where after we go to a health fair and it's open enrollment. And so we can change or fix anything that we need for health insurance. She does, yes. Yep. She's a ranger. That's the blue. Yep. She went to Methuen schools.
That's a section of town?
A Methuen ranger, a Tenny ranger. Like, I work at the Tenny school. It's rangers. Go blue, blue rangers.
So that's the name of the football team?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a section of town like the Highlands.
No, I don't think Methuen really has those different sections. It's
Oh,
like
yeah, all the towns do.
section closest to Lawrence, section closest to Andover,
Yeah,
That's-
they're all sections, yeah.
section
Like
closest.
Drake has sections, Tewksbury has sections, yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but yeah, Diana DiZoglio does still live in Methuen, and I think she commutes all the time, which is brave. I remember she used to work at the Irish Cottage, I think, too.
She did?
Yeah, I remember her telling us that maybe. Because I think I was here for one of the interviews. Maybe it was before she got elected or after, and she was mentioning that. The Irish Cottage is always a good place to eat. I like their risotto, scallops.
I like
risotto.
everything. That's my
Right, we
problem.
could
I
talk
like
about
everything.
food.
Irish Cottage is always fun to go to. Last week we went to Good Times. Oh, my God. It was absolutely
That was
delicious. I had corn. You came to Good Times. What'd you
Yep.
have?
So I was originally gonna order chicken broccoli and ziti with no broccoli, and then I saw all the looks from the mature adults, and I'm like,
What looks? So what did you change to?
and so the waitress was very good. She said, "Do you just want fettuccine and chicken?"
Yeah, Masha, she was our waitress.
Yeah, and I said, yeah, and then I wouldn't have had to say no broccoli. I don't know what it is. I'm a texture person. So the broccoli, it looks like a tree. The ruffles.
Well, didn't you take food home?
Yeah. Oh, yes. My mother, I brought her home chicken croquettes. And a lot of times, like, she'll eat earlier, even if I'm a little later. So I wasn't worried, because we always have something for her to pick on in our salad. But I was like, Mom, you didn't eat, because it did take a while by the time I ended up getting home. So they were delicious. I even had a bite of the chicken croquettes, and it was really good.
It was a
that's their
delicious
thing.
night. This week we're going to the Captain John's up in the Highlands.
Is it Monday this week?
Yeah, Monday.
So keeping it on Monday. No show, but Monday night dinner club.
We gotta eat, right? It might be a holiday, but we're all gonna eat. And yeah, a long time ago, we've been doing the Monday Night Dinner Club for like 20 years. It's a
Wow.
long time. And early on, we decided that the only holidays we don't is Christmas, and there's one other that we don't. I forget what it is, but
If-
Christmas we don't. If Monday's on Christmas.
Right, I was gonna say, because I know this past Christmas, it was my pick, and it was close to the 25th, but I was prepping chicken parm, so I didn't get to go because I was like, I can't, because I'm in the zone right now of battering the chicken parm, and I need to finish this. So, yeah. So
Well,
it
we
was
have
close.
right now. You have the everybody who's in the Monday Night Dinner Club, and there's like 20 people. It goes alphabetical, and you get a text from me or a phone call from me. Do you want to pick or pass? If you want to pick, okay, you have to make your decision by Thursday, so we can let everybody know where they're going on Monday.
Oh, I didn't even know that till Thursday. And you have to respond to your emails. And if you don't respond, you're going to get cut out of the Monday night dinner group because it's just nice to respond. And I'm bad with that. Sometimes I'll
Well, that's
just
the
look.
Dominic rule. See, the reason we have that is the Dominic rule.
The Dominic
The
effect?
Dominic rule. What happened with Dominic is Dominic would just show up, and you got 8 people at the table, and Dominic just shows up. So what happens? So what happens is 2 or 3 of us get up from the table of 8 and move over to another table. So he said, okay, enough of this. You got to respond. You got to respond. When you see it, you can even respond, maybe I'm going to, like John Zimmerman. John Zimmerman, God bless him, he'll say, baby, I'm going to go. But at least he responds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The maybe's good.
Other people like yourself,
Yeah.
it's real. When you see the email, just say,
Maybe.
probably, you can or no, but you can change your mind.
Right. But so
I like to use John Zimmerman for an example because he understands that life changes. And all of a sudden he'll say, things change, I'm coming. Like Rebecca do the same thing. She'll say, plans changed, I ain't coming. Or plans changed, I'm going to go.
So my thing is, I don't want to say yes and then forget to go or not show up, but then I end up not responding instead of just responding yes or no, and that's where it all
So
piles.
you got to scoot to work, right?
Yes.
What time are you scooting to work?
What time is it? 7:20. I probably have until about 7:30.
Okay, cool. So at 7:30 then I'll do all my announcements.
I can't find the other Lowell
There's
person.
there's 4 people. I could not find the 4th person's name.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And I should put those pictures up because I could do them again too. Where is this thing here? Gotta go here. There's the pictures. Okay, so let me put these up. We can talk about these together. This is yesterday. They had they honored the veterans. What do they call it? It's on the cover. What do they call it?
It's called the Military Appreciation Day.
They,
MAD.
they had a Military Appreciation Day at the State House down in Boston. Cliff Krieger, our usual host on Mondays and Fridays, was honored, and it was a magnificent event down at the State House. Eddie Kennedy had nominated Cliff. Rodney Elliott had nominated a guy by the name of Bill Flanagan, and Vanna Howard nominated Jacqueline Coles. I thought Tara nominated somebody too, but I can't find that person that Tara
Yeah, because
in the book. I can't find it in the book. So Tara, but anyway, we went down to the State House yesterday. Cliff and his wife Martha and myself, we all drove down together, and we get there, get to the State House, and there's a guy in uniform, a cop, says, "Can I help you?" And I says, "Yeah, we're going to this Military Appreciation Day." He says, "What's the name?" So I tell him my name. So I'm going to park right over here. And it was like
Treated like royalty.
like it was 5 steps and we were in the building. It was a fantastic job what Eddie Kennedy had provided for the group yesterday. It was great time. So moving right along on these pictures.
I know I give Cliff a hard time often, but this hosting gig is really difficult to like fill in time and like.
It's not
to-
a hard. He used to fly a fighter jet where people would actually shoot bullets at him. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this
He's-
is easier.
he's used to combat. This Cliff. Now this is what my iPhone from the balcony.
Nothing's up on the screen. And are those new glasses? I really like
Oh,
them.
wait a second. I thought all these pictures were already up there. Dang. Yeah, okay, there you go.
Oh,
Let me
there
back
he
these
is.
pictures up. Back up. This is them marching it. Oh, that's the wrong picture. This is on Facebook. You press a button, and this is, if I come back in a woman, this is what I'm going to look like. And I got to say, I'm not a bad-looking gal.
That's AI? That's you as a
It's
woman?
AI, and one of my Facebook friends did it and said, play the game. So I clicked on it, and this came up. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm not bad looking for a girl.
No.
So,
I thought it was a model or something.
yeah, I think I like my hairdo best over here. I like it long, but
Yeah.
this looks, I'm not doing this one.
And, well, if you were to transition to a woman, I think that one would be what you would look like at first, and then the one to the right, and then the third
Well,
one down, and then the final one.
It may be
You'll
a
get-
blonde, maybe a blonde. But anyway, I got a kick out of it. That's up on Facebook. So this is yesterday at the State House with Cliff and Bill Flanagan and Jackie Coles are getting honored yesterday at the State House. And people from Tewksbury got honored and Drake, Colleen Gary had somebody, but I didn't see Colleen at all either. So it was a good gathering at the State House. This is the governor speaking from the podium to the group. But a lot of people get up and spoke. It was a very well-organized event. That's Cliff, our honoree, and a couple of them. And there is Cliff with Dominic Lay. There's Cliff. This is Patty Kerwin-Kelty. And that's Jim Ostis over here. And that's more of the same picture. Cliff hobgobbling all over the place. He did a good job. Running into wherever Cliff goes, Cliff's meeting new people all the time. So here is the whole group. We got this is Rodney Elliott, Vanna Howard. This is Bill Flanagan. I don't know which one of these gals is Jackie Coles.
Oh, Mr. Flanagan. Where was Mrs. Flanagan?
In the audience.
Taking pictures?
In the audience. We'll see, like, there's only so much room to sit up there, so. And there's Cliff. There's Tara Hung. And Patty Kerwin-Kelty. Moving right along on the pictures. That's more of the same. Now, these two guys I met later on, I forget their name. Nice guys. But they're movers and shakers at the State House, these two guys. But I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. This is the codfish. They have this sacred cod. I don't know what this is all about. I'll have to look this up someday. This is sacred cod. Here's one of the cameras that they use to broadcast the State House meetings. But I've never seen a State House meeting on TV. Here's the governor speaking. She did a good job. And very graceful, well-spoken woman. Good of her to come to this. This is Kim Driscoll. I think she's the assistant governor on the left-hand side there. Don't know who the other people are. There's Cliff waving to the crowd. And that's Monday Night Dinner Club's dinner. So back over to you, Eileen. That's all the pictures I got, kid.
Was it Joseph Connell? Does that name sound familiar?
No, it was a girl.
It was a woman. All right. I was trying to look it up on here. For that person who asked how much of the city budget does the school get or vice versa, I
Yep.
just looked that up also. So fiscal year 25's net school spending for Lowell, no, we don't, was 14 million. So it has to do with the million. So because fiscal years 25, net school spending for Lowell was 64.9. 22% of the budget was 14 million, which the city level funded. The fiscal 26 amount is 68.9 million. So that's that, okay, of which 22% would be about 15 million. And that's what that's what the city is kind of holding back with that 4 million.
Well, did you see Liam's speech?
Yeah, it was very good. I was impressed. Like what he said, like, we can't have home values go up and we can't be a productive city if we don't have good education, and we're cutting from the classroom. That's my biggest concern. We're cutting from the hearts of the classroom, and that's concerning to me.
You're cutting what from the classroom?
You're cutting the heart of the heart of the staff in the classroom out with the losing paras and behavior people and people. Just any change is tough. If anything, our schools need more staff, not less staff, and we're now cutting from the classroom staff. So just since fiscal year 25, we lost 93.45 positions. And that does have stuff to do with ESSER, I'm sure.
With who?
ESSER, the Emergency School Relief Fund during COVID, which I get. A lot of it has to do with we had excessive amounts of money, and now, where we didn't plan right or whatever it is, the fiscal cliff, and now we're being reactive instead of proactive by losing these.
Well, my takeaway
staff.
from our conversation this morning is we need $4 million more to run the school system as good as we ran it this year. We need $4 million more to run it next year.
Say that again one more time.
We need $4 million, in order to run the school system like we ran it in 2025, in order to run it in 2026, we need $4 million more.
Right. And that's what's being cut out of the budget.
And so they say it's cut. Well, that's the incoming budget. So it's going to be up to the superintendent, and he came to the city council meeting and plead for the,
City manager to figure.
pleaded with
Something
the
out.
city council, look, you got to find the money for us. And the city manager is saying he's going to blame the tax increase, not on his wasteful spending. The city manager never finds fault with himself. He's going to blame it on the school. The reason we have to go up, it's the school. It's not the city council, it's the school.
Yep,
And it's
it's-
just like typical of politicians. They love to say, it was this guy. Hate this guy. This guy's putting your taxes up. Not me.
Yeah,
It's look at the Ralphie Mercier, late great Ralphie Mercier, Rita's husband, one of my best friends. He taught me, you go to the top, it's the top. The top person makes the decision, yes or no. So this is all on the city manager.
so
Taxes
yeah,
go up, it's all on the city manager. The city council is going to approve it, but taxes are going up because the city's blowing too much money. What are you going to say?
so I was just going to say it's kind of summarized right here. To generate the revenue necessary to meet the request of the superintendent would require a tax increase of approximately 4.75% over the approved fiscal year 25 levy, or an additional 2.25% above the budget which has already been presented. I would be hesitant to increase our tax levy further at this time. So the other options would be to State House
You
delegation.
got to sum it up, kid, because I think you're out of time.
Yeah. Public Employee Committee, UTL teacher sick leave buyback were a couple, but it's a lot Chapter 70 funds, a lot's coming from the schools. And, the schools, when we did have ESSA, we paid for the 6.4 million for the modulars over at the STEM, 2.4 million for Jundak, 1.2 million for Collie, Bubblers, 786,000, central office rent, 534,000.
What'd you pay for the Rogers School playground?
The total for, the playground,
Well, you guys took the playground and threw it out the window and put classrooms there.
the modulars, so yes, that was 6.4 million.
$6 million, $6.5 million. And now they play, the play yard's in front of the school. They fenced it in, nice spot. And in the summertime, we'll use that for a dog park. So I don't know how that's going to work, but it's a nice little dog park for the summer, and not designated to be a dog park, but the
Yeah.
Rogers School is a nice fenced-in yard there. So look, you want to say goodbye to the audience?
Bye, guys. Happy Memorial Day. Enjoy the long weekends. Get outside, go for a nice walk, enjoy, have a cookout, hamburgers, hot dogs. Bye.
Monday's going to be a nice day. Thanks, Eileen. And by the way, Eileen did bring me a treat to eat, and after the show, this will be gone.
Strawberry lemon loaf.
It'll be gone. Be good stuff. So I got a bunch of announcements I'm going to do here. So I'm going to open up these announcements. Luckily, there's 600 of them, so this will take me a half an hour to get done. No, I'm just kidding you, but I got to do this down to, well, there is a lot. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to let you guys see what I'm doing here. Okay, so first one, if you want to do an announcement on City Life, all you have to do is send me a text. And somewhere in these announcements is my text message, but can't show it right now, but that's okay. We're going to have to move along as it is. Okay, is this one up? Yeah, okay. Thanks, Eileen. Have a good weekend. Will I see you Monday at Captain John's? I'll take that as a maybe. That's a look on her face as a maybe look. Maybe. Maybe I'll see you, maybe I won't. All right. Thanks, Eileen. Have a good weekend. I pressed the wrong button there. Okay, where's my announcements? They just went away. Okay, first of all, if you want an announcement on City Life, real easy to do, send me a text message. And you can send me a picture of it in a text message, or you can email me. But text is or call my phone. Call my phone and we can negotiate on how you can get your message over to put it out on City Life every morning. Happy to do that. We're looking at Elm Street in lovely Lowell, Massachusetts there. And this is not what I want. This is what I wanted. Okay, so Farmers Market. This starts in June. So we'll be talking about this starting next week. But the Farmers Market, it's at 350A Dutton Street. That's by the new parking garage. That's my guess on that. So that starts next week. Community Teamwork puts this together. And Lowell Farmers Market, CTI, community organization starts next week. So, okay, this weekend, the town of Tewksbury is going to have a fantastic event starting Monday, on the day, Monday, 10 a.m. at the Tewksbury Cemetery. They have a nice, respectful event over there. And then later on, they have the parade. And they have this, this is what's going to happen. Master of Ceremonies, this is everybody that's going to participate, the 21-gun salute. So very nicely done out in Tewksbury. And then at 11 o'clock, the parade starts. So looking forward to that on Tewksbury. It marches right down Main Street, which is Route 38. And it's a free event, just show up. And a lot of smiles you'll see. It's going to be a beautiful day on Monday, Memorial Day. So if you can make it, head out to Tewksbury Center. Okay, so if you're hungry and you're over 60, you're welcome at the Lowell Senior Center. You can live in Timbuktu. We don't care where you live. You're welcome to come to the Lowell Senior Center, which is at the corner of Fletcher and Broadway Streets. Delicious. We have a nice big parking lot. Go in there with your $2. Hand it over to Tara. She'll give you a ticket. If you don't have the $2, just tell her and she'll give you a ticket anyway. So the Senior Center is Lowell Senior Center is proud to have lunch 7 days a week. So if you go over there tomorrow, they're going to have sausage and pepper and onion. On Sunday, they got beef chili with rice. Monday, holiday, they're closed, but then they go right back to lunch every day, Salisbury steak and so forth next week. So, well, love to see you over the at the Lowell Senior Center, 7 days a week. Out in charming Chelmsford, today is the 23rd, so they have hot dogs, baked beans, coleslaw, and Hoodsie Cup. And the way it works out there, it's $2.50 out there. And if you don't have the $2.50, I think they'll let you eat for free, but I have not tried it yet. Evelyn is threatening to come with me someday out to Chelmsford, so we'll see what happens. But out there, you don't have to be 60. If you're under 60, you pay $4.50 for your lunch. So pretty cool. That is the Chelmsford Senior Center. Okay, if you're cleaning out your closet, you want to get rid of all those sheets and all those towels, you want to give it a new home, St. Michael's Church in lovely Lowell, Massachusetts, 543 Bridge Street. Give them a call. There's a phone number at the bottom of the screen here. Just call them up, call a rectory. And just jumped back to the other guy. Just call a rectory, tell them you got, and they'll make arrangements to receive that over at the church, and they'll make sure it gets in good hands. And they'll take, as you can see right here, the items that they're looking for is coats, towels, bedding. But then you go down here and there's toaster and small furniture. If anything's in gently used shape, you just want to get rid of it. You got some nice toys, give them a call, drop them off, and give it a new home. Vesna Noon, City Councilor Vesna Noon at large, City Councilor at large. Vesna Noon's having a party this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, May 24th, 7 p.m. to midnight. If you want to go to this, you should call Sambo or Celia. Their cell phone numbers are down here. It's $50 a person. And Vesna Good Guy, it's a fundraiser for his campaign. There's a QR code in the bottom right-hand corner. So I hope to see you over there. Everybody who supports Vesna, come on down and shake his hand. Good guy. Neighborhood meetings. We are all out, so you're not going to see this again. Every month, the Lowell Police Department puts out all the neighborhood meetings. If you have a neighborhood meeting that's not being listed here, just call them up and they'll add you. So easy thing to do. So I hope to, we'll get another one going pretty soon. This is leftover from the month. The last one was the Friends of Tyler Park. They met last night at the Bailey School. Speaking of the cops, the Lowell cops, they're looking for help. Now, $100,000 ain't bad money. Starting salary range with a bachelor's degree is $76,000 to $106,000. Starting, bam, first day. Good money. Don't forget, we give you a pension. Sadly, we give you a bulletproof vest, too. So it's a dangerous job, but if you want to be a police officer, Lowell's a great place. You get so much experience coming to Lowell, so you don't have to live in Lowell to be a Lowell cop. Certainly would like to have all the cops live in Lowell, but not possible. So if you want to be a cop, take a picture of this frame here, and here's the perks you get. 12 paid holidays a year. Paid vacation, sick time, health, dental, and vision insurance. Pension. Now, the pension's a biggie. When you're an old timer like me, every month you get a check. Good stuff. Then you also get education incentives. They'll pay towards or for your education. There's a shift differential. My takeaway from that is if you work nights, you make more money. Employee assistance program, fitness center, opportunities for advancement so you can be a sergeant, a lieutenant, a captain, or you can be a deputy police chief. And every one of those ranks, it's more money in your paycheck. So it's good opportunities for advancement, 60-plus specialty positions. And they're Northeast Massachusetts Law Enforcement Council, whatever. They're part of NEMLAC. So to be considered, your resume in person, you should drop it off. Today is the last day. So get your butt down to 99 Middlesex Street. I believe that's the parking garage. So go in the parking garage, it's on, and bring your resume in there. Today is the last day from 7 to 6 p.m. Get your application in there and become a Lowell cop. Mike Dillon. This is Mike Dillon and his family's gymnasium out in Drake. If your kiddo needs something to do for the summertime, you got to go to work, you got busy summertime and your kiddo is active, you could drop your kiddo off beginning July 7th and through August 22nd, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 9 to noon. And they have this gymnastics program. And Mike Dillon gave me this slide. I thought it's a great opportunity. They're out in delightful Drake. So if your kiddo likes gymnastic activities, be in touch with flippingoutgymnastics.com. Okay, this is Chelmsford. Chelmsford's having a parade, Memorial Day observation, and 10 to noon time. The location is the town common. Chelmsford will observe Memorial Day on Monday, May 26th. In Chelmsford Town Center, the Merrimack Valley Vietnam Veterans, Inc. will be the host veterans organizations this year. The parade will end at Town Common, followed by a short Memorial Day program. Excuse me. The parade route will start promptly at 10 a.m. from the parking lot next to CVS and Max. I don't know what Max is, but okay. Leo's on Route 4. We will proceed to the lights, blah, 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 blah. They're going to have a parade in Chelmsford Center, so it'll be great. If you have a question about this, got a phone number, just call this phone number down here if you have a question about the parade. But it's going to be a beautiful weather day, so all you Chelmsfordians, head out there, be a good time, and hope to see you out there. Tewksbury Memorial Day, the ceremony's at 10 over at the Tewksbury Cemetery, and then the parade starts at 11. And remember and honor May 26th. For additional information, call Mark Crabman. That's his cell phone number. Cadillac of a guy, Mark, and he's the chief cook and bottle washer. He makes that stuff happen out in Tewksbury. If you have somebody that has cancer, they're going to have a mass. And this is the patron saint of cancer. So they're going to have a mass on Wednesday, May 28th, Ascension Thursday Eve, 6:30 p.m. You don't have to be a member of the Immaculate. You don't have to live in Lowell. Immaculate Conception, beautiful church, renewed. They spent like $10 million fixing up that church, and oh my God, it's beautiful inside. So hope to see you over there May 28th at 6 p.m. 6:30. There's a parking lot on the auditorium side of the church. It's a gigantic parking lot. You can park there. If you're disabled, there's an elevator. You go in there, ground floor. You go in the parking lot level of the church. There's an elevator that will bring you up to the church. And so hope to see you there May 28th, the Immaculate Conception Church, 144 East Merrimack Street in lovely Lowell, Massachusetts. Dan Finn, running for City Council. Candidate for Lowell City Council, District 3, Thursday, May 29th, 6 to 8 p.m. at Cobblestones. $10 a ticket. Hope to see you there next Thursday. Corey Robinson, he's having a party too. He's having a party on Friday, a week from today, May 30th, 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. at the Dompolsky Club. Should be a fun time. So that's next Friday, May 30th, at the Dompolsky Club, 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. for Corey Robinson's fundraiser. These gals, whenever I need some prayers for anything I need, I call out to the Monastery of St. Clair, Poor Clare nuns, leave them a voicemail, and they say prayers for whatever my needs might be. And thus far, they've always helped me out. So if you need some prayers, or somebody you know needs prayers, call them up, leave them a voicemail, and they will pray for your situation. This is lovely Lowell, and I want to thank Lynn Daly for dropping this off. Memorial Day commemoration. This is sad day, not Monday, it's sad day. 12 to 3 at the JFK Plaza. That's where the Lowell Police Station is. So if you look at Lowell City Hall, look at the front of the, immediately to the right, there's this gigantic plaza right in front of the police station. That's where this is going to happen. The city of Lowell invites you to attend a Memorial Day commemoration event to honor the veterans and their families. Join us for posting of the colors presented by the Lowell Police Department Color Guard, Pledge of Allegiance presented by the Scouts of America. They're going to have Touch a Truck, and some food trucks will be there. So usually it's a free event, so come on down. We'll see you there Saturday. That's tomorrow morning. Oh, no, that's May 31st. That's next week. Wow, I just realized that. So it's not tomorrow. Erase that. It's next Saturday, May 31st. So we'll see you down there next week. And Bill Olson was here yesterday. This is out in charming Chelmsford, North Chelmsford. They have these big 18-wheelers making all this noise and rumbling going down these streets in a residential district, and they're sick and tired of it, so they're going to try to put a stop to it. They're going to have a meeting on June 5th, 7 p.m. at the Chelmsford Police Department. The Chelmsford Police have a nice community room built into the police station. Not a lot of parking over there, but you can park on the street or where, I don't know, Chelmsford, you know where to park over there, I hope. But it's a nice facility, and they're going to have this gathering, and hopefully they'll put a stop to these trucks rumbling down the road, making all that noise. The Greek Festival. All you Greek people out there, I love Greek food. So I know I'm going to go to this. This is the middle of June. It starts June 13th at the Holy Trinity Church. And they're going to have, they should have the address of the church there, because not everybody knows where the Holy Trinity, that's the Gold Dome Church. You can see the picture right here. So they're going to have all kinds of things going on there, but I go for the food, homemade Greek food and pastries, and always a delicious time. That's coming up in the middle of June. School is going to end pretty soon. Tewksbury's bragging about it, and all the kids are got a smile on their face beginning June 1st, because less than 2 weeks of school left. So good for them. Going to have a good summer. Corey Belanger, he's having a town hall meeting on Saturday, June 7th. That's in a couple of weeks. And it's going to be hosted by City Councilor Corey Belanger. So hope to see you over there. It's going to be at the Riley School Cafeteria, 115 Douglas Road, Saturday, June 7th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that is my last announcement. So now, close this guy up. This is just down the street from my house. This is Elm Street. And there's a big hole in the road here that I like to showcase, just to show the magnificent government we have that's not going to fix this until 2026. But I have a bunch of pictures. I got to go to Facebook. I got a bunch of pictures of Cliff yesterday being honored as a veteran. We had a great time at the State House. And where is this guy? Right here. I guess I can do this and do Facebook. Comes at the speed of government. Okay, now we'll go to me. I go to my pictures. Okay, there's my pictures. Okay. So this is yesterday. Yesterday in Lowell, yesterday down at the State House, 3 people got honored that I know of. Jacqueline Coles, Bill Flanagan, and Cliff Krieger. So this is where we were sitting. I sat with Martha Krieger, Cliff's wife, in the balcony yesterday of the State House chambers for the state reps. So it's a magnificent, it's clean as a whistle. I mean, I've been to the State House probably 10 years ago. The State House today is, you can eat off the floor. It's so clean in that building, absolutely amazing, brightly lit. It's fantastic. I don't know who fixed the place up, but a world of difference from what I used to see 10 years ago. It's very clean, welcoming, very professional crew they have working down there. I was very pleased with what I saw yesterday. It was great. So this is the governor and her team marching into the veteran ceremony yesterday at the State House, and I got some more pictures here. Here's the governor up at the podium. Cliff is sitting over here. Bill Flanagan is sitting over here someplace. And I don't know where Jacqueline Coles is sitting, but because I couldn't spot her in the crowd. So nonetheless, good crowd yesterday. Here's Cliff. And here's Cliff with this Dominic Lay. This is Cliff Krieger, Patty Kerwin-Kelty, and this is Jim Ostis. All work for Eddie Kennedy. And Eddie Kennedy, I'll tell you, rolled out the we rolled up to the State House. Security guards out there, uniformed security guard, rolled down my window, and I tell him we're going to go to this veterans thing. And he said, "What's your name?" Give him my name. He said, "Oh, you're going to park right there." So we're like 10 steps away from the State House. It was fantastic service that they gave us, the veterans, yesterday. Nice job. Here's Cliff perusing around the auditorium saying hello to every Tom, Dick, and Mary. He was having a great day. So right here we got Rodney Elliott, Vanna Howard. This is Bill Flanagan. And one of these gals here is Jacqueline Coles. I'm sorry, I think it's the gal in the red. Cliff Krieger. Tara. Now Tara Hung, new state rep. About 100 people in line. Tara's rambling around with the crowd saying hello. He was there with glee yesterday saying hello to everybody. So, and Tara, he invited us to go to his office, but we just ran out of energy. So we weren't able to, when it was over, we just said, look, we're going to go home. So, but they had lunch for us, but we didn't participate. But it was a good time to be had by all. Good time, and I want to thank Senator Kennedy for making this happen for us. This is Patty Kerwin-Kelty. She works for Eddie Kennedy's office, too. There's more pictures of this thing. I met these two guys. I forget what their names are, but they're movers and shakers at the State House. And they gave Cliff their card and stuff. Cliff's off today, so that's why I'm doing all the gabbing today. This is the sacred cod. Puzzling. I'm going to have to find out what the sacred cod's all about so I know a little bit more about this fish. But he's hanging up in the State House. This is the governor speaking yesterday. And she did a magnificent job, well-spoken, and she should be proud of herself. She did a good job yesterday. This is the vice mayor, or the vice governor, or the assistant governor, Kim Driscoll. That's her. She spoke too, but I didn't get a picture of her talking. There's Cliff waving to the crowd. And that's Monday night dinner club stuff. So that's all I got, kids. Back to me. So still kind of it stopped raining. I'm hoping it's going to be a nice day for everybody. And what time do we got? Okay. Oh, 4 minutes left. That's not bad. So I got nothing else to talk about. So let's talk about driving cars. Yesterday, down in Boston, I used this app called Waze, and it takes me all over the place. It took me right down to the State House, took me back home. When I got to the state, when going home, I still didn't know how to go home. So I plug in my address, and it's telling me how to go home. I'm in the center lane, and I have to take an easy left to get onto 93 to come home. There's a guy to my left. There's a guy to my right. So there's 3 lanes, and we're all going to, when the light turns green, we're going to try to go into 93. So light turns green, and I'm glad I hesitated. The guy to my left floors it. He crosses right in front of me. And he wasn't going on 93. He was going elsewhere. So he went right in front of me. So I'm glad I hesitated. Otherwise, we definitely would have hit each other. When I go to Boston, I'm lucky enough to go to Boston probably 2 or 3 times a week. And I always have to make myself realize there's a lot of people from out of town who really don't know where they're going. And it happens, and I learned that from Lowell. There are a lot of people who visit Lowell every day. They really don't know where they're going. So at a traffic light, they'll just, look, I'm in the wrong lane. I'm just going to floor it in front of these people and get to the lane I need to get to. Just part of life. That's how we drive nowadays. A lot of people are lost, so I packed my patience yesterday in the pouring down rain. We didn't see one accident. Everybody behaved. Driving home from Boston. I will say that sometimes I don't understand why people do this. If you're driving down the street and the car in front of you wants to take a left. Now, instead of scooting over to the left so you can pass by their right-hand side, they ease over to the right-hand side of the road. They go crooked with their car, blocking the whole lane so they can take a left. Now, they have to wait until there's a break in traffic to cross the traffic on the left-hand side. I don't understand why people do that. They ease over to the right and then turn the car crooked. No one can get by. So if you do that, please reconsider that. Just scoot over to the left, way over to the left with your directional on, so we can continue to pass by on the right-hand side. Please do that. So I'm lucky enough to have this nice video. Thanks to Mark Crabman, I did some droning out to close this window here. Come on, baby, close that window. There you go, okay. And close these windows up. And I got this video of the memorial, the Tewksbury. Shut this sound off too. This is Tewksbury Center. If the picture will come up, there it is, okay. So I made this drone video earlier in the week. Mark Crabman called me up and told me, look, if you might consider coming out and doing a drone shot of Tewksbury. And so this is Tewksbury Center. And I'm going to leave you there. Hey, thanks for watching. And again, we're not going to have a live show on Monday. We'll see you back here live on Tuesday. Hope you have a great weekend. Keep smiling. God bless all. Thank you.